This video will show you additional features, alarms, and settings during an infusion on the Covetrus ProMAX infusion and syringe pump. Most of these items are identical on both pumps, so for demonstration purposes, I will be using the infusion pump. Once you start your infusion, there are some important items on the screen that you should be familiar with. On the top left corner, you will notice a message "Battery in Use," and also the current IV or syringe brand depending on which pump you are using. Since there is an alert of battery in use, you will notice the alert symbol is on. Once plugged into AC power, the alert will resolve and the indicator light will turn off. Notice the AC indicator light is now on. Next, notice the lock symbol. If red, the screen is locked and will prompt the user to unlock if needed. If green, the screen is active. Here is the occlusion pressure indicator. As pressure increases, notice the change in color indicating to the user there may be an occlusion downstream from the pump. If the pump alarms occlusion, the infusion will stop. At this time, check for occlusion downstream from the pump or at the patient site. Acknowledge the alarm and then restart the infusion. If you encounter an air in line alarm, first check for any visible air in the IV set, looking closely at Y-sides and other areas that bubbles may form. Remove any air from the IV set and restart infusion. Also, make sure the IV line is set all the way in the line guide, paying close attention to where the line sits in the air bubble sensor. Also during the infusion, if needed, the user can change the rate without stopping the pump. There are two ways to start a bolus. Manually, by holding the bolus soft key on the infusion pump, or by pressing and holding the home soft key on the syringe pump. This will bolus to whatever rate was set in the bolus rate section of the menu settings page. Note that every time the manual bolus infuses another 1 milliliter, the user will hear an audible tone. The other option is the programmable bolus. This is done by selecting bolus button on the touchscreen, entering bolus volume to be infused, setting the rate, then selecting start to begin the bolus. During the bolus, the user has the option to stop the bolus and the infusion altogether, or simply end the current bolus and return to the infusion. Notice any volume that added in the bolus will be added to the total volume of the infusion. Also during the infusion, the user can access certain menu items. Select the menu button on the touchscreen. In this screen, the pump allows you to change the occlusion pressure setting to 1 of 4 levels, adjust volume to be infused or time of infusion, also allows you to reset the total volume while never stopping the infusion. Note that if you select Reset Total Volume, this will delete any volume given during the current treatment and will not be calculated. To stop or pause the current infusion, simply select one of the two stop buttons. For more information, please call 888-962-0662, extension 3.